right, so I was looking at our sky cams, and Carlsbad, for the 4th day in a row, at least since I've been here, we've been looking at fog. It is one of the slowest areas to see clearing. In fact, they haven't even seen clearing at the beaches here at any point this week. In fact, Poway, you can see those sunnier skies. As I pull up our satellite imagery, you could see those clouds really hugging the beaches even into the afternoon. It really took until about 2, 3 o'clock for a lot of those beaches to see that clearing. So those clouds and fog were certainly slow to clear again today. We had a dense fog advisory again this morning for our coastal communities. That is likely again tomorrow as we track more fog. Temperatures right now, it is so warm away from our coastline. Mid-80s in Poway and in Ramona, El Cajon at 84 degrees, 70s in the mountains, right about 100 in the deserts, while we're in the 60s and 50s along our coastline. So our 10 News Futurecast once again highlighting that fog we're going to be seeing in the morning a little bit farther inland as we head into the morning tomorrow. So areas that haven't seen the fog the last couple of days could actually be waking up into the areas of fog tomorrow morning. Areas like Tierra Santa, Mission Valley, maybe all the way out to the early parts of El Cajon, maybe Tierra Santa or so. And then by the afternoon, most areas clear out. It does look like the marine layer should push farther offshore, so we should see a little bit better clearing, or at least faster clearing. The marine layer spreads much farther inland on Saturday, so fog is not likely along our coastline, but it is going to be more possible for those inland neighborhoods as those clouds get a little bit higher off the ground near the coast as they spread farther inland. Tomorrow is going to be another hot one. We're near 90 again in Escondido and in Poway. 70s for many coastal areas. I'm forecasting a record high in 3 locations: Campo, Ramona, and in Alpine. And coincidentally, the record for all 3 of those is 87. I'm forecasting 88 for Campo and in Ramona, and tying the record high in Alpine at 87 degrees. Also hitting 87 in Santee, 77 Mount Laguna, and tomorrow's going to be the hottest day in the deserts. We're going to be soaring into the low 100s. So high pressure is going to be peaking today and tomorrow. So tomorrow's going to be very similar to today. There could be a few spots that are a degree or 2 warmer tomorrow. There might even be a few spots that are a little bit cooler, but it's still going to be hot. That's the next storm system that we're tracking. That's the one that's going to flatten out the ridge and bring the cooler weather for the weekend. But heat risk potential is moderate in the deserts today, and even more so as we head into the day tomorrow. Then we're cooling off. Temperatures back in the 60s this weekend along our coast, and 60s will be the trend into early next week, with overnight and morning clouds not only at the coast, but also for the inland neighborhoods. Inland spots, we're cooling off into the 70s this weekend, and low to mid 70s, which is a lot more normal for this time of the year, will be the trend Sunday into next week. The mountains, even though we cool off by about 10 degrees by Sunday, that's still 10 degrees warmer than normal. We're only going to drop to the mid 60s by Tuesday, and for the deserts, we're going to see 80s briefly on Tuesday.